in verse 18. When the Syrians came down against him, Elisha prayed to the Lord and said, "Please strike this people with blindness." So he struck them with blindness in accordance with the prayer of Elisha. Now, do you see how flippant that is? Elisha says, "Okay, Lord, all these soldiers, strike them with blindness." And the next thing says, and so God struck them with blindness. Why? Just because Elisha prayed. Yeah, it's just, okay, anything, you want to do anything else? I mean, you see how easy that was? He just said, "Lord, do it." And the Lord did it, right? Now, I will tell you this. The Old Testament prophets walked more like sons of God than most people in the New Testament did, right? Because that's these prophets in the Old Testament, that is how sons and daughters of God are supposed to be walking. Communicating with God, just talking with God, living their life. But now, and see, people say, "Well, see, I don't believe that. I thought that God didn't do these kind of things to people." No, nobody ever said that. Well, God is God. He can do whatever he said he can do. Amen? Now, he can't go against what he said. But I can show you, even in what about Ananias and Sapphira? What about in Acts 13? Elymas, the sorcerer, right? People look at that and go, "Well, see, now, God made that person blind." Yeah, all these people, God did that too. Even Herod, whenever he died of worms, okay? You have to remember who these people were. Enemies of God. Right? Well, but God is a God of love. That's right. And he loves his people enough to protect them, even if he has to kill some other people to do it. Now, I can tell you, this ain't going to go over real good when this message gets out in public. But I can tell you, we need to realize God is still a God to be feared if you're not on his side. Amen. The safe place is to be on the side of God. Amen? It's just that simple. God doesn't do things to people who are for him. Go back and read the scriptures. The only times that people were punished along these ways was when they were against God, or they were hindering the gospel, or they were coming against God's people. Right? The biggest one that we can know of is Saul. He was struck blind on the road to Damascus. Why? Because he was going to persecute Jesus, the church. And people say, "Well, I don't like that, because now that means that, my problem could be from God." Not unless you're an enemy of God. And if you are, change it that quick. It's real simple. But we need to realize the Bible, it still says that to fall in the hands of our God is a fearful and terrifying thing. And we need to realize that he is God. And I hear so many people acting like he has absolutely no backbone, no ability to do anything or say anything. And then people, they want to be healed, they want to be delivered, they want to be blessed, but they don't want any of the responsibility that goes along with it. And I'm telling you, it doesn't work that way.